Hello fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385 here with another pickups video. The first thing I'm going to start off this week is actually technically not a pickup, but my local library allows you to check out video games. And they have PSP games, they have some Wii games, some 360, PS3, some Gamegear games. And of course most of the time a lot of them are out because, well, obviously it's summer, so kids are obviously checking them out. And you can only check out a game a week at a time, but they had one PSP game there that I really wanted to play, and that is Phantasy Star Portable. Now, ironically enough, being a guy who's been playing video games since 2600, I never played Phantasy Star 1 through 4. I never played a Phantasy Star game until Phantasy Star Universe on the PS2, and I actually really liked that game. And this takes place after Phantasy Star Universe ends, so I can't wait to check it out. I was more of a Shining Force guy and other stuff. Phantasy Star, was never really. I mean, there's long spans between times that Phantasy Star actually came out, so can't wait to actually try this and check it out. I'll probably be obviously checking it out week after week till I beat it. So that's really cool. So I had talked about how we had gotten a subscription to Xbox magazine, PlayStation magazine, and Nintendo Power for $15 total for a year for all three. Finally started getting the magazines in. The first magazine I actually got the other day was PlayStation. Rage is on the cover of this PlayStation magazine. And the one thing I noticed about this magazine that kind of makes me giggle is this is definitely a Sony Synergy magazine, because if you look inside of it, there's a page somewhere in here that suggestions what to play with, and they're all Sony products. And of course there's Blu-rays in here, movies, suggestions, and so forth and so on. So but I do like all the games, and I do after getting these, I remember how much I do actually love video game magazines in print. So since the last time I did a pickup video, I've actually got two Nintendo Powers, the one with Dragon Quest IX on the cover. And if you actually look in the inside of this, it actually shows you the characters and the monster gallery for the game. So that's really cool. So got this one, and then just yesterday I got in the new Nintendo Power with Zelda on the cover. And if you look on the back of this, it's Sega's Tournament of Legends, which is only $29.95. But the coolest part of this Nintendo Power was not the magazine. It was actually, it came with a poster. A poster for Metroid Other M. And of course it has actually one side, both sides have a different kind of poster on it. So this is really cool. So whenever I get the game room done, whenever that happens, definitely gonna have to try to get a frame and frame that up, put up there. So I got those. So I'm getting down to slim pickings with most of these are sport video games at this point. From the stuff my mom gave me, I'm almost done with all of it. So this week for the Genesis, I have NHL 96, NBA Live 96, and I know I'm pretty sure I already have a copy of this NBA Live 95 for the Genesis. So for the Super Nintendo, I have NFL Quarterback Club 96. And the original John Madden football for the Super Nintendo. And back then, all these football games were the same. Basically, there wasn't much difference between them. I got one PlayStation 1 game, NFL Game Day 98. The case is really beat up, and I don't understand why people get the new sport game and trade in the old one. I like to get the old ones and go back and see what's changed. Now, granted, some games like Madden have had years where they haven't changed very much at all, but so that's really cool. And then for the Nintendo 64, I have 4 copies of WCW NWO Revenge. I'll show you all 4 just to prove I have them. Number 4. So those are all those. Now it's time for us to get into all the peripheries, accessories, whatever you want to call them this week. And the first one is this one right here. It is a Archer Automatic TV Game Switch. And this is the plug-in. And I'll just let you take a guess what system that goes to. Actually, I'm going to try it out and see which one it goes to. So next up is, of course, the good old Air Racer optical 3D controller for the PlayStation 1. And then next up, as everybody knows, I already have a Gamegear. Here is the battery pack charger for the Sega Gamegear. And there's the plug in case you didn't think I didn't have the honking plug for it. Now, next up is the Sega Genesis Konami The Justifier. Now, what makes this these guns so interesting is that on the bottom there's this little thing right here. So you get the second controller, which is orange. Don't understand the color, why they picked the colors at the time, but hey. So the orange one has this little telephone looking like connector. So what you had to do was plug this connector into this controller to play 2-player. Which of course, if either one of you jerks, whatever reason, runs apart from each other, whatever really far, you're going to jerk one of these guns out of the other player's hand, which was the big downfall of this. But again, these are both for the Genesis. It's really cool. So, but if those weren't enough guns for you, here is the Konami gun, which doesn't have any fancy name on it, for the good old Super Nintendo. Now here's one that I honestly don't know what system this goes to. It's from my favorite company because they had the funniest names in the world, Nyko. This just says RF Max 900. This is a wireless 900 megahertz game RF adapter. You know, this is all I have of it. I do not know exactly what this system this goes to because it doesn't say on the back or anything. So it's just cool to have. Someday I'll go find out what actually system it goes to and if this is all of it or not. I'm sure there's got to be something that goes into the back of the system. And lastly, this I also found the plug for my PS1 or mini PS1, depending on what you want to call it. So for all you people who wondering what it looks like, this is what the plug, and this is what the part looks like that plugs into your. And yes, it is different from your PlayStation 1. I will show you. Here's the back of a PlayStation 1, and there's no way this power cord would fit right there. So guys, that is all the pickups for this week. So until my next video,